Right, now we're working. Perfect way to start off the stream. Hello, how are we doing everyone this evening? It is good to see you all. Yes, Grail alive but muted. Mute Grail detected. Yeah, unfortunately we're not doing bingo this evening, otherwise you would have a free space. Got it again. Good old system deciding, oh, you've unplugged and plugged something back in again. I don't know what a microphone is anymore. Just gotta love technology sometimes. So brilliant, but so dumb. And unfortunately, I'm dumber than that. But we're here, and we're here to play some games. So what I was saying, that none of you could hear, is that we're going to have a nice chill evening. We're going to be playing ourselves some UnDuster, which comes to us by Developed Vacuum Solutions. It released on the 30th of November 2024, so it's a pretty recent release coming out just at the end of last year. And so far it only has 23 reviews. Stream is still quite choppy. Let me just check. I can have a look at this. All good on my end, not dropping any frames. So it might be something on your side. Apologies. But yeah, everything looks smooth as butter on my end, I'm afraid. Might need to double check your connections. Raven, your PC keeps defaulting to your monitor audio output instead of your external speakers. Yeah, and I think that might be where things went wrong for me. I plugged in new webcam, and that apparently has audio output, and I think that confuses the software sometimes. Bit shit for you as well. Interesting. Let me double check what's going on with the output settings, if there's anything I can adjust here. That looks fine on my end. Let me just play back some footage and see what it looks like. Coming through smooth on YouTube, which is kind of weird. Let me bring up the actual stream rather than the back end. If there's something going on, we might as well sort it out now before we get too into things. Let's see, I'll just rewind a little bit. Yeah, not sure what's going on. Even watching it live, it's looking pretty smooth on my side, so not quite sure what you're seeing with some skipping. Jensky, you only hear about every third word. Okay, well then we're going to have to make every third word actually meta. So, Jensky, something, something, it's something, something, lovely, something, something, to, something, something, see, something, something, you, something, something, here, something, something, again, something, something, tonight. Maybe that works. Wishing ourselves the best of luck on that one, I reckon. Okay. Let me catch back up on the chat there. Tasty Ravioli, enjoy being California, being a midnight creature. Hell yeah. Kurosa, Zoyboy, welcome back. Hello, hello. Oliver Beeb says seems better now. Yeah, we'll see if it holds up. Might be a YouTube problem. They've been doing some changes on their end. Apparently there's some updates, like, literally just today to YouTube, so... Might think it's choppy when it isn't. Yeah, honestly, sometimes a refresh will solve a whole bunch of problems. Give it a go, see what happens. But yeah, from what I can tell, everything looks to be running fine, and Streamlabs isn't reporting any drops for frames. So connection's probably on your side. Right, so as I was saying, we're going to be playing some UnDuster, which is a Celeste-like, or at least it is compared to a lot of the comparisons that have been made for the game. It seems like it is relatively short with a few hours of content, and it is very much in the theme of a precision platformer, so I'm very keen to get into it and see what it's about. Precision platforms are probably not a genre that I'm brilliant at, but I do have fun with them. Like, I enjoyed playing through Celeste, and I wouldn't say that I'm by any stretch of the imagination brilliant at that game, but we got through it, and it didn't take us too long. I think we were slightly above average when it came to a first-time completion rate. So, yeah, is it even Celeste-like if it doesn't turn you trans? I mean, that's a very valid point, but let's hold our opinions because we don't know what it's going to do to us just yet. Oh, Zed Smith, my friend, did the art on this game. He stayed up until 12:30 to watch this. Thank you, Zed Smith. I appreciate you being here. So we do have some of the devs hanging out in the chat today. I know we've got Oliver Beebe, who I was chatting with earlier. So we're going to kick things off in a lovely, nice, relaxed way. We've got our background music. And as usual, I have sent them through some questions ahead of time so that we can learn a little bit about the experience that has led up to the game. But I think what we'll do first is we'll actually jump in and show you guys the trailer for the game. That way we can get you just kind of at least an eye in for what the game is about, right? So let's have a look at the trailer for UnDuster. Here we go. And like instantly you can see the art style is familiar, but it's got a completely different mechanic. Let's jump that up a little. Looks like we play, I'm guessing it's a grandma given the apron that she's wearing on the front. But it's very much a movement-based precision platformer. And that's what I'm here for, this kind of like tight but creative gameplay. You can customize your vacuum cleaner. Looks pretty cool. And that's all it is. It's just a little tease. You can see a little bit of something going on behind the scenes there. It looks like a giant slug creature. And that's a nice way just to give a little teaser for the story. Yeah, actual movement seems sluggish, so you got to rely on the vacuum more. And I kind of like that. It means you have to be a bit more creative with how you move about the levels and the stage. Alright, so we'll leave this up just cycling through some pictures while we talk through... Oops, sorry, I have to just make sure that I don't accidentally share something I'm not supposed to. Hang on, let me just flick back to here for a sec. Boop. There we go. Pop that over there. Come on, do your thing. There we go. And then I can put you guys back on there so you can enjoy some imagery while we have a look at the questions that we send through. So, as a reminder, we normally got 5 questions that I send through just to kind of get a bit of backstory on the game before we get into it. So, these questions came through primarily from their team lead, Oliver, who I was chatting back and forward with. They're here joining in the live stream. And they've answered questions from their perspective with some input from the rest of the team. I'll be curious to see, Oliver, I'm guessing that you are hanging out in the chat with us. I'm guessing, yes, Oliver Beebe. There we go. So that's Oliver hanging out. Naive Melody. Gray about to reveal his secret non-panda kitty fodder. Shh. No. We don't have one of those. We don't speak about that. That's like Fight Club, okay? We don't talk about that. So, in terms of the questions, let me just make sure we've got the right ones here. So question 1 was, what engine have you used and why? They've used Unity for this. We used this because our team was familiar with it from our school courses. It's good for 2D and 3D, which allowed us both in the game, to have both in the game. Oliver, this is where we're going to start a little bit of question back and forward, so hope you're ready on the keys to answer some questions. You mentioned students. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you guys and how many people are in the team? Is this something that you're still in school when this started as a project, or have you graduated already? Very curious to get a bit of context as to your general age bracket, if you're comfortable sharing that. Because I'm very curious to see kind of like where you are in your journey as game devs. While you're popping that in, I'll move on to the next question, which was question 2, what was the inspiration for the game? The game was originally made for the Big Mode, the Big Mode Game Jam in 2023. That was, I think, it was either hosted or it was run by Donkey, who's a big YouTuber that most of you should know about. Big Mode was a big thing, which had the theme, Mode. We built our idea around a platformer with a vacuum with 2 modes, suck and blow. Clear inspiration from Luigi's Mansion there, methinks. From there, we took a lot of inspiration from Celeste because it's also a difficult room-based pixel art precision platformer. Absolutely fair, love that you're paying homage to that. I think some inspiration from Ultra Kill's movement is probably in there too. I haven't played Ultra Kill, but very interested to get into it at some point. Oliver, this is outside of school, but we're all still in college and met there. Age range is about 18 to 20. Go to the game dev school. That's awesome. You guys are quite young to have put out something that's got this look and feel. I'm not going to say quality just yet, because we're going to get into it. We're going to judge that for ourselves. But to put out something, I would say, of this caliber at your age is quite impressive. So just kudos, well done for getting something out there on Steam that's already getting positive reviews. You guys must be pretty chuffed about that, and rightly so. Moving on to question 3. Was there anything important you learned about game development while working on this project that might be helpful for someone else? Now, we've got a few answers to this question from different members of the team. So the TLDR of it all is being more organized with phases of production, writing code in a way that helps others understand it, coordinating teammates, and meeting in person to stay motivated, and play testing. So firstly, from Oliver, the team lead, something that really helped get us through development was putting the content of our game through planned phases. Most of the time, this meant prototyping, getting rough ideas out there, getting feedback from the rest of the team, building the idea more fully, and then testing it with players and adjusting the design over and over until it's good enough. Things like level design have extra phases, such as waiting to decorate levels until they've been thoroughly tested with players. Making those phases distinct kept us moving and made it clear what the finished game should look like. I love the breakdown of that, actually. Is when we're talking about, what was important for that you learned about game development, there's some really neat ideas in there about how to kind of structure and break down those different stages, because you're absolutely right. Why would you go through the steps of decorating and completing all the art for a level that hasn't been play tested yet, and that you might need to make adjustments to the layout of, which would then change the placement of some of the art pieces? So that 100% makes sense, and is something that I'm sure a lot of game devs probably would overlook, because they're keen to get to the stage of having what looks like a complete level, and they would think it needs to be at that phase before someone jumps in to test it. So that's a nice little tip. Then from Carson, who was in programming and level design, designing systems to be easy to read and utilize is extremely useful for both you and everyone else on the team. Make sure everything's easy to understand and commented if it's not. You design some complex stuff yourself, ensure it's easy to read and modify above anything else. Along with that, communicate as much as you can with your teammates. Nobody knows what you're doing till you tell them you're doing it. Yes, absolutely, for a group project like this, and this applies no matter the size of your team. Communication is crucial. 100% right, Carson. If you're not able to articulate and explain what it is that you've done and why and how it works, how on earth are you going to expect someone else to figure it out, right? So that is fantastic. Was that Lincoln Zelda? Yes, that's my desktop background. There you go. Just chilling out in the background there. Maybe we can have this while we're chatting. There you go. There's your visuals. Raven, barely related, but the Dark Souls games have some really cool minor cut content preserved in the collisions because they were finalized before the levels were 100%, so some was left behind. I love niche little kind of bits of content like that. That's a really interesting fun fact. Yes, they have little nubby feet, based on the DS characters by the look of it. They all have nubbly little feet. Alright, we've got 2 more answers here. One from Gabriel, who was in level design and visual effects. Oh, hang on, sorry, wrong bit. I jumped. Sorry, first, Lance, level design and art. Learned how important coordination and production for a project is. Also that working with others in person and seeing the work they do is really helpful for maintaining motivation for a project long term. And lastly, Atlas, who does the music and sound effects, learned how important playtesting and how very tiny game feel changes impacted hugely on player retention. I agree, Atlas. Game feel especially, I think, is something that people overlook. There is an art to making things feel satisfying. It's not something that I have the knowledge or skills to be able to explain or elaborate on, but as a player, you just know when something feels right, whether that be the movement physics in a platformer or the way that a gun feels to use in a first-person shooter. Game feel makes a big difference to how enjoyable it is. If you have like a fast-paced first-person shooter, you can have the best design levels, the greatest enemy AI, but if the guns aren't fun and satisfying to use, yeah, you're gonna lose players because it just doesn't feel good. And that's what matters to a lot of players out there, especially those that have limited time to invest into their games. Alright, moving along. Question 4 was, what part of the game are you most proud of? So maybe some minor spoilers here for what's about to come. The TLDR was the amount of quality content, player movement, unified visuals and aesthetics, particles, music and sound. Firstly, from Oliver, the team lead, I'm really proud of our level design. There's a lot of content for such a small, inexperienced team in the amount of time we had. How much time did you have? Of course, because you were working on a game jam project, so you must have pulled this together quite quickly. You think we did a pretty good job with it. I'm personally very proud of the player movement since I think it feels good to control for new players once they learn the control scheme, and it has the depth to be interesting to speedrunners. Yes, to make it for speedrunners, you need to have simple to learn, hard to master. So you need to have that high skill ceiling where there's always room for improvement. And that can be through the mechanics or through the level design by uncovering secrets, new routes, intended glitches and things like that. Lance, level design and art. It's really hard to choose just one, but I'm really proud of the game's visual and aesthetic. A lot of pride on the visuals here. I think the game has a really unified look and there's some great designs that I'm super happy with. From Gabriel in level design and VFX, really happy with how the visuals turned out in the end, especially with the final level. As for my contributions, I'm really proud of how the particles for a lot of the game turned out, especially the old ones that I went in and improved on. Always nice when you can start with an initial idea and then come back and iterate on it and turn it into something amazing through a bit of polish. And lastly, Atlas. I'm the composer, so personally, the SFX of the entire character felt cohesive, and I'm proud of that. Well done, look forward to hearing it. And then the final question, if you were trying to make this game from scratch today, what would you do differently? Again, we have a couple of answers here. Firstly, from Oliver, if we were to do anything differently, I think it would have been leaning even more into production phases. We eventually figured that out, but the start was very messy, with the work requirements for each team member being quite fuzzy. Okay, so a little bit more of a clear plan to begin with, scoping everything out. I can relate to that. And then from Lance, starting over, I think I would have some kind of system to manage workload and tasks, Trello and the such. Fun fact, with my team on the channel, because I've got 2 editors plus Fupi who does the thumbnail design for the main series, not for the live streams, we do use Trello basically as a way of organizing the different projects and dividing out different tasks, work, monitoring progress, things like that, even for brainstorming some ideas. So absolutely having some kind of platform that you use to manage some of the smaller parts of a project that might otherwise be forgotten about, to make sure that they stay on everyone's minds, super helpful. We ended up running into a lot of issues with prioritizing work, and later on it could have been really useful to have a process for recording bugs or crucial tasks that needed to be done. There you go, exactly what you'd need to use a Trello for. Lovely, thank you very much in advance for all of the answers that you provided. I think that gives us a little bit of an insight into the game before we dive into it. Let me just catch up on some of the chat. Yes, Sandra agreeing, slight changes in visual and audio feedback can help a lot. Bioshock has that problem in Bioshock has that problem in your opinion, Zed. Interesting. Bioshock 1, I assume you're referring to, because I have played through that. I am inclined to agree. I got pulled through on the story and the visuals and the world that they created, but I would agree. In general, the guns didn't feel as satisfying to use as they wanted to be, especially some of the, what are they called, like the plasmid abilities? Yeah, Bioshock. I always found, like, especially like the lightning one, didn't feel like it had as much of an impact as it should have. Seen it done better elsewhere. It's still an amazing game, and the story does a complete rug pull, and it's such an experience for anyone that plays it the first time. But you've got to go through a lot of mediocre gunplay to get there. The game jam was 2 weeks, but then we continued working on it for another 5-ish months for the Steam release. Okay, so you started off with the project and you've taken the time to polish it up for the full release. But Sanded's done a little bit of digging on you. So he came in 8th place in the fun category. Pretty good for a game jam with almost 500 entries, especially at your age as well. That is a fantastic result that you should be proud of. And I'm willing to bet that probably inspired you to move forward with creating a full Steam release as a paid game. And if that's the case, well done, you made it. Like, honestly, just getting a game out and releasing it is a step that a lot of people never manage to achieve. So you should be proud of yourself for just getting something onto Steam in the first place. Naive Melody, Bioshock 2 is a fairly satisfying game, but at the cost of lacking punch. Then Infinite is utterly dreadful in that regard. I haven't played Infinite yet. I've only played 1 and 2. I always heard very mixed things about Bioshock Infinite. Some people say they absolutely love it and it was one of the best games ever, and other people go, it was the absolute worst one in the trilogy. Oliver, we were really happy about the reception from the Game Jam. That definitely was what made us continue working on it. I'm glad that you saw it through. All right, so let's get started with some UnDuster. Let's take a look. Oh, Zed Smith, you like Infinite? Hard disagree. Like I said, I've not played Infinite, so I can't judge on that. But you can duke it out with Naive Melody if you want. Just, you know, don't go too hard. No, please, no fighting, no fighting in the chat. All right, so UnDuster, let's take a look. It looks like we are starting off the game by signing up with an employment application, which is a lovely way to start things off. I was not expecting that. So we are 72 years old. Our name, we're covering, what kind of keyboard is this? Is this what a keyboard looks like to a 72-year-old? Is that what we're going for here? Because I love it. Okay, oh no, this the dementia, it's kicking in again. My keyboard, no, what's happening? Can I actually type? No, can't use my keyboard. I have to use the on-screen one. So this is going to be a challenge. Now, the only piece of feedback that I would have straight away, maybe I've bugged it or something, but going in and out, but the hand isn't moving with the cursor, and I don't have a cursor on screen. So you let me know, is that a bug? Have I broken something already? Because I can't see, I can see what I'm highlighting, but I don't have a cursor on screen. I'm going to give this game a chance. I'm going to Alt F4 and relaunch just in case I bugged something. Oh, okay, the hand is bugged, not sure why. Maybe a problem with dual monitors? UnDuster best played with mouse and keyboard, but I believe it does have controller compatibility. Okay, yeah, hand is bugged. At least I can see my cursor now. And now I can't. Okay, hand is bugged. There's the G. I don't think that went in. G? 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 Oh dear. We might be having a problem. Ground is setting the find a bug any % world record. 2 seconds. And now, okay, the keyboard's back. Yeah, something's not quite right. Okay, can we just submit? No, no, we cannot. Uh-oh. Hang on. Is it? Ah, it might be because I've got a controller plugged in, and that might be overriding some effects. Because this is working perfectly. I've cursed it again, and this is not the first time. This happened when we played Strax's game, whose name I should remember. Thrall. Yeah, the controller seems to be it. So that might be something. You take that one away. It's a small bug. It's a very minor thing. It looks like the controller is just overwriting the positioning of the cursor, even when moving the mouse. But there we go. We can make it work. And I think you're just going to have to lean into, if you're not already, this keyboard being done like this on purpose. Because this is making me question my sanity, and I love it. But there are going to be quite a few people look at this and go, what have you done? Okay, and then we can hit close. Perfect. Years of living, 72. Makes sense. Why would you have age and years of living and then 365 day increment? Okay, I see. I get it. We're 72 years old. But it would also be hilarious if these two numbers were different. Like, I'm 72 years old, but I've been alive for only 50 of them. For the other 22, I was in a coma. Can I look up some other stuff on here? Okay, Chat, can someone please go and check out this address and see if it is a real website? We're going to head to www.jobsforfree.com.com/apply. I want to see if this actually takes you anywhere. /PSR home /openings UnDuster -956. Can you imagine if that is all part of like an AR game in the background and it's a big Easter egg? All right, submit. Now, hopefully I can move to yes. All right, we're in and we have some sound. We're good. Right, first of all, because it wouldn't be a Graeldon stream if we didn't. Settings. Ooh, I think we had a little bit of screen tear there. And we're running into the same problem with the cursor. It's now being overridden by the controller. So that's fine. We use the controller for this. Let me check that again. Yeah, we got a bit of screen tear going on. I was not able to scroll down, unfortunately. The page did not move. I was trying. I love the transition for the menu, though. That's a really nice effect. We don't just see the room name. Camera shake is fine. We'll leave that. Oh, we're in. This is a real game. We've got it. We have master volume, music volume, sound volume. It is officially certified as a good menu. On-screen timers, so we've got speed running potential built into it. You'll love to see it. We can show frame rate. It has detected my resolution correctly. It's got anti-aliasing. We'll put that on high because why not? And in input, ooh, free aim, mouse sensitivity, control inverter. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to turn my controller off and see if that gives us proper mouse and keyboard control back. Because I think with how the aiming mechanic works for this, we're going to be much more fluid with keyboard and mouse. Alright, that is off. I have a cursor here. I have a cursor here. We're good. What I think we might be missing, though, so I'll pass this along for the devs to maybe look out for later. Oliver, this is for you. Can we please get some VSync in here? I need some VSync, please, and thank you. That way, I can hopefully remove some of that screen tearing that I can't do anything about for now. But otherwise, can I just say, and chat, let me know, oh, FPS counts, okay. Make sure frame rate is capped at 60. All right. Sure. What are we looking at? We don't want, it is capped. We don't have unlimited frame rate on, so we can turn it on there, and we'll stay at 60. Stats for nerds. Raven, have you been in our spreadsheet? That's where you want to be. Cap frames at 5. Let's pop that. Oh yeah, we want some 10 frame per second gameplay. Why is this an option? Is there some secret that happens when you play at 10 frames per second? It's crispy. Well, they say that like, was it 25 frames per second or something is meant to be cinematic, but like, I can't go back to that. That looks choppy at 30. Once you get used to 60, you gotta stay at 60. It's so much better. That's what I'm thinking, Santa. Like, capping the frame rate makes some frame perfect tricks a little easier to do. I've seen that in a few games. Sprite Guard feels like something speedrunners will use to clip through the solar system and unlock time travel. They complete the game in 1 second by doing this one simple little trick. Alright, here we go. But yes, as I was saying, love the vibes of the main menu. I would say I'd like to see maybe a little more detail or a more custom font on the side here. This feels slightly out of place compared to how lovingly everything else has been decorated, but that is very pedantic and very low priority for doing anything about. So we have, actually, sorry, can we just soak in the ambience for this for a moment? Because this is lovely. You've got the classical music in the background, very operatic. You've got ambience with thunderstorms outside. The little dust particles coming up off the page every now and then. Like, you know, this is really old. A little bit of light flashing on the side. Like, this is very vibey, and I'm here for it. Alright, so there's our job application form. Tells you your overall playtime, deaths, sucks, and blow time. You know there's going to be so many jokes Okay, those buttons do nothing, so you can have multiple files there. Cool, let's get into it. Let's play. Approved. I love that everything was green on that. It wasn't green ink from a different colored pad, so cheers to that consistency. Right, we're in. Here we go. I can aim. I can move. There's been no tutorial. Granny is very slow. Granny also can't do anything yet, as far as I can tell. Gosh, look at this place. Okay, just saying, like, those little dust particles in the air. Background details are lovely. Like, already I'm digging the vibes of this. Very, very nice. Hello. Loving the pose with the arms up. You are a muscular slug. You are shredded. Look at those abs. Oh, okay. Granny's just going to polish you for a second. Polish those abs. Okay, yeah. All right. Lovely. Got a little slimy. Let's go. I'm very curious about why there is a giant slug. That, I'm guessing, is a checkpoint. A little mop, a little trolley of cleaning supplies with a mop and a bucket. Cute. Okay, that is all we can do for now. So let's move along. Now, the problem is that I don't have an on-screen cursor yet to know where I'm facing. Ah, now I do. Why? Oh! That is a very, very sucky vacuum cleaner. Look at that. And you can only do it once. There we go. So it's once. Yeah, and then the vacuum changes color to indicate if you have a charge or not. So let's see. It is 8 directional like that. Can I do odd angles? No. So it snaps to the nearest. Unless that was in the settings. Let me check this. Ooh. Oh, that menu is slick, my friends. That is very, very nice. Okay, so now we can turn on free aim if we want. Now, hang on. Does this impact? No, so it's still 8 directional there. Okay, okay. All right, we want to show the room names so you can see which one I get stuck on. Why not? There we go. Okay. This is Suck Teach. Poor Teach really sucks. Alright, another checkpoint there, and then we fall and we do a zoop. And then we have Battery Teach. They all have funny names, good to know. Yeah, it feels very Celeste, and I am here for this. Yes, it is behind my cam, unfortunately. Hang on, let me see if I can do anything about that. It's gonna tab us out for a sec. What I will do is I will hide that for now. We don't need that. Pop myself up there. Shaboom. That's more like it. Yeah. Okay. Ah, and then we have one in midair, so I can... Nope, not like that. I actually wonder if controller might be slightly better than the mouse here. Because the issue that I'm having is like trying to do diagonals is a little tricky. Now, I want to give this a go. I want to see how this feels. Could be making a big mistake here. The question is which button is suck. None of those buttons. Aha! It is L1. Good to know. So I can do diagonals like that. And I can... Oh yeah. That feels alright. And I can zip back and forward quite quickly that way. Let me just put those armrests down and we're good. I think this is going to work just fine. Might need to add a lock for the weak among us. You know what? I think it actually quite works. Naive Melody. Okay, now say, hello everyone. My name is Graeldon. Excellent. We're in. Shaboom. I would say that the jump feels slightly floaty, but I think that's going to actually make a difference later. Up we go. Alright, Spring Teach. Beautiful. Yeah, that's... If it's anything with the movement, that's what I'm feeling at the moment, but it's probably just because I'm comparing it to Celeste, where the character has a little bit more weight to the jumps. But otherwise, like that is just, it just works. That feels good. And I see why you're proud of the particle effects. Like, look at that animation as I fall to my death. Let's do it that way. You can actually see the vacuum effects there. Like, that looks good. Okay. Doesn't seem nearly as momentum based. Not yet it doesn't, but I think it will. Okay. Excellent. Good bit of movement there. I like that. I, for one, appreciate how it really encourages use of the vacuum as your primary source of movement more than anything else. Because your character is just otherwise so slow. Okay, we have another upgrade up there. Can I... There we go. So... now that might be the slight problem, is that you don't have controller mapping overlaid. So I know that is R1. And I can now use that to fly a little bit. But hang on, do these share a tank? So if I do that... Ooh, no they don't. They have separate tanks. So I can... Ooh, how do I want to do this? That, and then... There we go. You've collected a sticker. Open the pause menu, I saw. Stickers. Open sticker folder. We have one. I can put it there. There? Beautiful. Look at that. We got our first sticker. This is where I might want to switch back to the mouse and keyboard. No. I insist on doing things the hard way. You can't stop me. Right. But I kind of appreciate that this is taking the Celeste dash idea and then actually building on it, because you have it in two forms now. And you can get really creative with how and when you use them. Because they're going to serve very different purposes. That way. There we go. So we can zoop, zoop. Oh, no! Okay. Well, that did not go according to plan. We're okay. Not sure why that was going in a different direction to what I actually intended, but that's cool. Can you do little puffs of blow ability spread out, or is it just once per jump? You can spread them out, so I can do a little bit like that and get a couple of jumps out. Going like a 1, a 2, a 3. Otherwise, it's one big one. So that means you can actually really space them out from a movement perspective. There we go. Oh, I think I know why it was going wrong. It's because I was actually pressing in the wrong direction when trying to do my jump. And it was getting confused because both the right stick and the left stick can be used to move the cursor. And if you have them in different directions, one works for L and one works for R. So that's actually quite cool. So yes, you can do some interesting little movement text like that. And I'm here for it. And we do a little bit of that, and then we switch and we go that way. Okay, I think I will get the hang of this. Checkpoint. We go like that. Whoop, that way. Beautiful. And we're just gonna... Yeah! Look at the momentum you can get out of that. Because compare anything like the walking speed like this, and then you can actually get a little bit of movement there. Alright, hello. Do I need to clean you? No. Can't do anything with you yet. Need to go that way. And there's nothing up there that I can see. Ooh, spooky. Hi. Are you my employee? Oh, no! And... Well... I'm still falling! Alright, we made it. Can't use any abilities during all that. But we do have... There we go. We completed the level. Only took 9.5 minutes. Which is far more than average because we're busy talking. Sandy looks on speedrun.com, seems it can be beaten in 24 minutes, so Grail was already slacking. I mean, come on. You don't come here to see speed running expertise. Oh, okay. Oh, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about integrated menus that are part of the game world. This is absolutely fantastic. Like, you didn't have to do this. It could have just been a 2D UI element that popped up, but no, that is fully 3D modeled, and I appreciate that. I see what you've done, and I am here for it. Thank you. All right, let's see. I'm keen to hear the music, because you have spoken about it quite a bit, and now I'm like, all right, well, what have you done with music, and why? Okay. I have to minus points off your final score, because I can't get rid of the cobweb. Why? I'm using a high-powered vacuum cleaner. Why are there no cobweb interactions? I am here as a granny. I should have dust particles that blow around and things that get cleaned by accident on my way out of here. If you're going to make my character a janitorial type, like a cleaner, let me clean. Alright. So we can do that, and then that. And we can do similar over here. Why does that have a marking on it? Oh, those are all spikes. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah. So we need to... Oh, here we go. Here's the music. Now we're getting somewhere. Yeah, boy. We're passing the basic levels. Look at us go. And I, so far, like what you're doing with the level design. Obvious secret missed? There can be a cobweb % speedrun. We have to suck up every cobweb. What did I miss back there? Not this thing. That's nothing. Over Boing Over is a great level name, by the way. There's something... Oh. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay. Too soon. Bone Extractor. Great name for a level. Ah, too slow. But we got the checkpoint. That's a very generous checkpoint. Celeste wouldn't have done that. Yep, too fast. How? I have to get just onto the other side of that. There we go. Really? Alright, thank you for letting me appear on that side. Alright, we got it. Yeah, it's Dusty Celeste. It absolutely is. Honestly, needs more dust. Fun fact, the early builds, the spikes used the same colors as the floor. I yelled at the artist and they changed it to what it looks like. Yes, thank you. It needs to be a different color. Need to have very clear level design. There we go. So you can see what is happening at a glance. There we go. Saved it. Okay. Ascending the depths. Oh yeah, we're ascended. No, we're not. Wrong way on that one. I have to get used to using thumbsticks in different ways than I normally would. I have faith that I will get there. Ooh, you could absolutely do a big skip right there. That is skip potential if ever I've seen it. Alright, so I can do that. Hop, hop. Ah, I missed it. That's got to be possible. If that's not possible, I am very wrong. We all turn to dust when we die. We do indeed. Isn't that a true fact? Come on. Oh, you get so close. Yeah, I am using both sticks because you can do one stick to you basically aim left trigger and one to aim right trigger. So I'm trying to get the hang of that a little bit. That's why I'm taking my time here. There we go. Checkpoint. Can I do it more easily from that side? Not... Ooh, actually. If I... Oh, that was so close. Up, up, up. Nah. I want to do this. I don't know why. I'm just set on it. Yeah, you don't quite get enough air there. All right, fine. Let's just keep moving on. That was tight, and I like that. That's going to get clipped out of context for sure. 2-6 for aiming, D-pad for moving. Not a lot going on there. No. You're still using left stick. It's aim and move. There we go. Like that. Yep, wrong way. There's very eldritch horror vibes to this. I'm curious to see how much you've leaned into it. There we go. Inverted mountain. So it's a big pit, is what you're saying. Oh, didn't make it. Ooh, okay, that counts. Oh, wait, wrong way. Shoot. That's not gonna work. Okay, recharge there. I think I want to use my little hops. Yeah, and then a big hop. Okay. What's the hourly rate for this place and how's the hazard pay? Wait, hold blow to go further? Oh yeah, I gotta remember that you can do it in one big one. You don't have to keep doing little hops. Thank you for the reminder. Let's actually do it in the right direction. There we go. Up and... Oh, I got caught on the edge there. That's fine. Come on. Not like that. There we go. Aim the other way, Grail. But not that far. Yeah, you can definitely get some good movement. There we go. That spike is in a nasty little spot. Nasty little person putting that there. Okay. Yeah. So do I need to... Wrong way. I think I see what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just timing it way too late. Jeez, where are you meant to go from there? Hang on. Huh. Accidentally discover some menu storage or something. Getting over yourself with Gertrude Gummers. Okay, that is a fantastic level name. Great work. Oh, I'm just going to the bit on the side there. I thought I had to go further up. I do not. Okay. Come on. Why are you going to be so rude? I say without any kind of musical intonation. So we don't get cancelled. Okay, I think I need to actually just ignore that. If I do that... You serious? That is such a troll spike. Why? Oh my god. It is in just the wrong spot. There we go. No! Yeah, I didn't touch the ground, did I? Oh, I have no one to blame but myself, and I hate that. There we go. There we go. Oh, I have to hit the top one to recharge. That way. Ah! Come on. Go. Yes, saved it. Okay, we're getting better at this. Nailed it. Okay. Really? Okay, we can get... Ooh, shortcut route? Feels dodge. Otherwise, we have to go that way. Made it. Do I need to just do a little and a big? Yes, there we go. Alright. Beautiful. Alright, realizing I'm not really giving much feedback about the game at this point in time, but honestly, that's because it just feels good to play. And we're getting to something interesting. What kind of mysterious ceremony is going here? Actually, I think that is the particular cultist that I used when teasing this game, like literally a month ago. And I just want to say that there are walkers on the side here. So these people are also elderly. That is a lovely piece of visual storytelling, if that is indeed intentional. I'm going to have to assume that it is, because why would you put that in there otherwise, right? Okay. Like, oh, I do need that. Okay. I see. Grab that. No! Come on. Too high. There we go. Whoa! Momentum carries all the way through, apparently. Up we go. We'll hop up. Oh, there is a secret over there. Hello. Yeah, look at that sticker. That's amazing. Straight fly. You could say that I'm pretty fly for a white guy. Nailed that. Now let's do something absolutely terrible, shall we? Okay, cool. Little platform there. Get out of there. Oh, not quite enough oomph. Nice. Not actually intentionally going on a diagonal, but that works for me. Okay. Oh, that's evil. Nailed it. Come on, really? Just tried to do a little hop over it and absolutely failed. Actually, you know what would be easier? That. Okay. Also, I love that there is physics on the hose for the vacuum cleaner. It's just a nice little wobbly touch to an otherwise stiff-looking game. Okay, someone wanted to show off the particle effects. That's what that is. Okay, up there. That way. No! Too slow. You could probably do that in one if you were determined enough. Okay, I don't have as much oomph as I would like for that. We do a big jump. Oh, that's rude. But I see what I need to do. Oh, too quick. Too slow. The varied death sound effects are appreciated. Those are great. Nailed it. All right. I think we're on pace, right? For world records? It's not bad. Only 62 deaths, but those were all the game's fault. Absolutely the game's fault. They really should do something about that whole spike problem. This game would be so much smoother if you just got rid of the little rough edges of the spikes and you would just cruise through the game and really appreciate the physics. You know what I mean? But no, that was clean. Great level design. Being like completely serious. There was a little bit of creativity in there. Most of it was kind of straightforward from a platforming perspective. But it didn't need to be more complex. It's the first level. You don't want to go too hard, too fast. Even if it's a short game, you still want to have a gradual increase in difficulty. And Gertrude Gummers is a fantastic character name. And I love that for the most part, that is hidden in the level names. Breakable Teach. Oh, okay. We're learning about breakables. There we go. Dash our way through those. Because yeah, it's like Celeste in that you get a dash, but you also get like this little jetpack feature. There we go. Push our way through there. Okay. Right, so we're in a new zone, which means new music. Okay, so we do that, then we do that. And you know what it is actually that I enjoy about these kinds of games? Oh, hello down there. It's not that it is a precision platformer, it's that it's a puzzle game in disguise. That's what it actually is. Each level is a little puzzle to figure out. Oh, that was close. And you just have to do things in the right order with the right timing, and then you'll get there. Nope, not like that. Yeah, same can be said of all precision platformers, but that's fine. Some of them are more about the race against time. But, come on. A well-designed precision platformer makes the most of the movement mechanics. There we go. Designing levels around them. Very cool. The question is going to be, how cool does it get? Wrong way. Having to wrap your brain around the different left, right. Oh, hang on. I see you up there. You're a thing. Okay. Not what I was expecting to see up here. I can make that. Interesting. This is a little bit of a puzzle. Ah! Let's not break our platform. Ah! I reckon I can do this. Not like that, I can't. Go, 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 go. This one's definitely going to be a bit tricky on controller, I think. Oi! That one didn't refill. What? What happened there? Or maybe I went up slightly too high. Whoop. Zed Smith, you never figured this one out. Right, well, watch and learn. We're going to do it tonight. I say with the confidence of someone who really shouldn't have that much confidence. Okay. That gets us to there. Oh, yeah. Come on. Let me just go down this way. Job done. There you go. So, Zed, that's how you do it, my friend. I have my moments, okay? And keep in mind, I'm doing this all with a controller. Finding stuff is the first step. Yes, has to be carried home. We got it. Even Sanders has no faith in me. Come on. Okay, that's justified. Justified. What do I want to do here? I need to go that way, then that way. Making the most of both abilities here, actually. I will say that. Because it's forcing the player to use up basically all of one resource. And then use the other. And you have to change directions to get it to work. Like that, you don't. Alright, come on. Just gotta switch the brain off and let it flow. Not like that. I flicked too soon. Ooh, that's a bit of momentum there. Oh, okay. Okay, I see this now. Hello. Speedy thing go in, speedy thing go out. Someone liked Portal. New tech discovered. Hello. That's freaking fantastic. Also, what's up here? Now we have a branching path as well. This does, and I think this is going to be a comparison you're going to have to battle forever. It does remind me a lot of the hotel level from Celeste. And I don't think there's a way around that. I also don't think I wanted to break that there. Well, it's gone now, until I die. Yeah, because I need to use that as a platform there. Okay. Interesting. Oh, I got stuck on that side of it. There we go. And then I bust through that one. Oh, that's tough. Okay, you've ramped the difficulty way up now. Oh, I don't have enough juice for that. Wait, come on. Yep, so we get up to there. Oh, no! Okay, straight up. Nice. Oh, dash too soon. We're getting the hang of that. Ah, just not the right angle there. Or there. Come on. No, but... yeah, we're dead. There's no coming back from that. We'll give this a few more attempts. If we're not getting it, we'll move on. Because realistically, we do want to see just more of the game. So we can provide some critique. Actually, if there's one little thing that I would say, is that there's no sound effect when grabbing a battery. Oh, come on! No! That's really freaking mean. I touched it. I did, just like with a strand of hair. Come on. I've proven I can do it. I refuse to be beaten. On principle now. Ah, you absolute jerk of a game. Alright, can this be done? No, you need that platform. There is a sound, it's a little delayed. If there is a sound... oh, it's the little reload sound, right? It actually... I don't think the reload sound is quite right. It almost feels like it's a little zap sound or just a little ding would be enough. There we go, we got it. That counts. Okay, let's go down here, but do it properly. Ooh, okay, music loop there. Not a bad thing, but it could be more clean. What is the point in that path? Why would I want to go that way, other than maybe if I'm doing a 100% speed run? The little ding sound is just from using the vacuum cleaner, as far as I can tell. Oh, well, screw you, game. I say for something that is completely and utterly my fault. Alright, come on. There we go. That way. There is definitely something down there, right? Yes, there is. There's a secret on the side if I actually go through it. Oh, you jerk! That's brilliant. Got trolled, got trolled. What is this? Okay, no, I'm doing that wrong. I need to do that and then that way. But in a straight line. Oh, that's... okay, I don't think this is possible on controller. Ooh, you gotta be so quick on that. Alright, hang on. It is quite funny when you press the wrong button and just go in completely the wrong direction. Yeah, this is pure, unadulterated evil. Okay. That dash needs very precise timing. Oh, come on, brain. Do the right dash at least. Yeah, we're leaving that. That looks like fun. For someone else. And now what do we do here? Hang on a sec. Have I soft-locked myself because I suck at this game? Yes. Oh, no! Yeah, this is how you get the 1000 death achievement. Abso-freaking-lutely. How am I meant to... There we go. We got it. We got it. We're back. Not like that, we're not. Okay. One of those instances that's very much just, alright, time to get good. How do I get up there? There's no spring. That doesn't get me all the way. Crooks and nannies. There's no hidden little platform there. I think I broke too many blocks. I did. Okay, okay, I see. There we go. We be gentle about it. That's what we do. What I will say is good level design. Creative approach. There we go. Okay. Nailed that one. There we go. Yeah, Granny getting them dollar bills, y'all. Okay, here. Let's think about this. We go that way. We go that way. Way! We get way too much momentum. Perfect, perfect. That's what we wanted. I didn't have a dash? Why did I not have a dash? Oh, because I need to hit there. There we go. Figured that one out literally on the fly. This looks a little more evil. Can I actually dash on the diagonal down? Yes, yes I can. Okay, cool. We good. No. Psych, that was just one for you guys. Just to trick you. Ooh. Okay. Close, but no. Come on. 7 more springs. There better be no more springs after this one. Otherwise, I'm going to be very disappointed in you, devs. You've lied to me. There we go. That's what I wanted. Oh, that gets you so close to the spikes, and I appreciate that. Okay. Here we go. Yep, that is a death trap. That is 100% what that is. No. Okay, we do that. We have to hit at least one of them. Ah! Nope. Close. And I apologize in advance to the devs. I'm probably doing absolutely terribly at this game compared to everyone else that play tested it, but you know what? Too bad, so sad. This is what you've got to work with. No! So close. We nearly had it in one. No! Ran out of juice. Ah, and I should say, actually, The vacuum cleaner in itself is very clever design. For its ability to be able to convey... Oh, sorry, concentrating. There we go. Convey how much charge you've got left without requiring any other kind of on-screen UI. It's actually a great way to keep it minimalized. Ooh, okay. But still very clear to the player. So, yeah, well done. It's very clean. Oh, we've got another one of these sections. Not that way. Come on. That way. Whoop. Oh, that's just mean. No. Go up a little. Go that way. I need to hit the other spring. It's worth doing some of these challenge sections just to get more comfortable with the controls, because they do push you. But I will say the spike maze from earlier is maybe a bit of a steep incline. Raven, making the two abilities different so clearly instead of just picking two different colors despite them having different charges. Slightly more than 7 springs. But yeah, you've got basically visuals in two different ways. The canister depleting, or you've got the actual canister changing color to represent a single charge. It's a very clever way to be able to show two mechanics with the same game element. And that on its own is praiseworthy. So yeah, praise where it's due. I'm a big fan of. Okay, now we're doing similar but in reverse. That's smooth, I like that. Very clean level. Tomothy Nookson variant. Where did it get that name from? Because only like Tomothy Nookson style name I know is Tom Nook from Animal Crossing. Huh, okay, we are going not quite that way. Okay, so I think we actually do break this. Yeah, because that gives us a little platform there. Made it. Not like that, we don't. Tomothy Nookson from Crossing of Animals, indeed. Third mechanic is Gertrude turning into Sonic Super. I haven't found any Chaos Emeralds yet, but that doesn't mean they're not here, you know? What a twist ending that would be. Like, oh, you made it to the end? Sorry, you didn't get the 7 Chaos Emeralds, so it doesn't count. Try again next time. Oh, rude. No, that dash doesn't make it. Neither did that. Hang on a sec. Let me just check something here. Can I? Ooh, I switched too quickly there. Maybe I have to do that in the other order. If I dash... Okay, no, so you can't use momentum from one to boost the other. Yes, there we go. That's what I need to do. I just need to be a bit further. Yeah, if you don't get the 7 Chaos Emeralds, you don't get Gertrude's address. I don't think I need Gertrude's address, for being honest. If the end song isn't fist bump while you classic Sonic Fight Infinite, me so sad. It needs to at least have like the final track needs to be by... Oh, I've blanked on their name. What is the name of the band that is famous for doing so many Sonic tracks? Oh, that's gonna bug me now. I know it starts with a T or something. I should have known this. I literally just heard it the other day. Sonic Adventure bands. It's very like early 2000s. Crush 40. That's what it is. Crush 40. I got stuck because there was a different band I was listening to recently doing 8-bit music called Trash 80. Alright. Oh, that's... Okay. Okay. We do a bit of that action. Ah, and we have to hit a spring over that side. Okay, this is clever. Ooh, too high. Too low. Yeah, your favorite tea name, Crush. The T is silent, okay? They also don't write it in their name. It's a very early 2000s thing to do, to have silent letters in a name. It's just one of those ones that's there for the fans. If you're a true fan, you would have known it was there, honestly. Come on. Beautiful. Not beautiful. Wait a sec, where am I going here? Ah, spring down there, I see. I was like, this is good use of springs with some creative placements. Or is it? Do I actually like this? That's a good question. Yeah, there we go, that works. I did not have a charge to go through there. I kind of need that. Okay, sure. No! There's a secret on the side there as well. I saw it. I saw it. I did. I did. I did. Did I just turn into a Looney Tunes character? I think I did. Concentrate! What is that? I thought there'd be a platform in there. There was not. Okay, okay. At least... Oh, okay, yep, there. Did I get the thing? After all that, I missed the sticker! No! Oh, that's just unfair. Oh my god. Okay. What I will say is the music is doing an excellent job of keeping the player calm. It sets just the right, like, thoughtful tone. It's interesting enough that it doesn't get boring. It could loop slightly better. But it gets the tone just right. There we go. That felt good. That did not. Breakable wall exit room. Was that named by an Australian? Because that's how we name things. As literally as possible. My favourite example of that is in West Australia. We have a beach. It's called Sandy Beach. It's very popular. Couldn't give it any other kind of name. Couldn't name it after a famous explorer or anything like that, or any other interesting geological feature. No, it's just Sandy Beach. Because that's the best we could do. It's not a rock beach. Yeah, I believe Lake Disappointment is in Australia. I believe it was an actual lake, but I think it's a salt lake or something like that. I could be wrong. My Australian facts are unfortunately somewhat lacking. Ooh, okay, we go that way, and then we go this way, and then we die, and we reset, because that was not optimal and we needed to do it properly. Also, there's quick fall. I just realized that. You can hold down to fall faster. So if you're a speedrunner, congrats, you've got another tech that you can think about while you're trying your best not to die. Damn it. Wrong buttoned it. Okay. Come on. Up we go. Yes! Ah, we freaking did it. Oh, that's a wall there. We might have to do something about that. Fine. Not like that, we don't. Definitely not like that. Ah! I need to trust my fingers, because often my fingers know better than my brain does what it's actually doing. Not like that. Come on. Come on. It's interesting because the dash is very much 8-directional, but the jetpack mode is not. The jetpack is actually freeform, which is kind of cool. I think it allows for a lot of potential, but also can sometimes make the controls slightly tricky, like that. We're getting there though, we're learning. Dash there. Ooh, the exit is right there, come on. I don't need to move the right thumbstick there, just the left. Point where you want to go. You'll be fine. Come on. Yeah! Freaking nailed it. You've got a Harold Holt swimming pool. You do have one of those in Sydney. So for those that aren't aware, Harold Holt was an Australian Prime Minister. We've had quite a few of those. In fact, we went through a phase in the early 2000s where Australian politics got compared to... was it early 2000s? Would have been the 2010s, 20-teens-ish. But Australian politics got compared to Game of Thrones because of how quickly we were changing over presidents. Prime Ministers. But this was way before that. Harold Holt was Prime Minister. And I believe went out into the ocean for a swim, and it was part of like a press thing. Like there were people there, and he just didn't come back. Got washed away out into the ocean, and no one found him. Now, I have heard weird conspiracy theories that Harold Holt was actually a Chinese spy and was picked up off the coast of Australia in a submarine and taken back to China. That is extreme tinfoil hat levels of things, but the reality is that Harold was never found, presumed dead. And so you know what we did in Sydney? Because we have such a great sense of humour over here. We built an Olympic-sized swimming pool and named it after him. We named a swimming pool after the Prime Minister that died because he couldn't swim. We're bloody brilliant over here, we are. Yeah, the Chinese spy theory is almost as weird as reality. Australian history is bonkers. Like, did you know we lost a war to emus? I wish I were joking. In Australia, we lost a war to emus. You can look it up. It's on Wikipedia. It's called the Great Emu War. And my knowledge of it is a little hazy. I couldn't tell you the years. I think it was like late 1800s, early 1900s, somewhere around there. But yeah, we lost the war. And my understanding of it was that they were basically trying to protect croplands from the emus, who caused quite a lot of devastation, obviously, to the fields and the food supply. And this was during wartime, so food was scarce. So they sent a contingent of the Australian army out there. And that contingent was like a handful of people with what we call utes, or you might call pickup trucks, with some mounted turrets on the back of them. And they were sent out there to thin out the herd of emus. A flock of emus, whatever you call them. What they discovered... yeah, utes, there you go. What they discovered is that emus are surprisingly bullet resistant. And as soon as they started firing, the emus panicked. A whole bunch of them ran towards the sound of the guns, sensing danger but going the wrong way, barreled into the utes, knocked them over, and broke the guns and injured several of the several people. The end result was that I think they killed no emus, but the emus broke a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, there we go. So Jenski, yeah, something like 928 total emus were killed with 93,000 bullets. It's a pretty bad ratio. And yeah, they had broken equipment, damaged guns, and so the win was handed to the emus. They took the dub, and Australians walked away having that stain on our on our track record for the rest of history. It's pretty terrible, but it's a hilarious story. All right, we've done it. We got through floor 2. We can move on to floor 3. So far, I like that each of the floors has had a different theme to it, not just musically, but from a gameplay aspect as well. Introducing new mechanics, layering on top of previous ones. This looks like it's going to have something to do with water and switches. Aha! You need to actually be hit with something from the vacuum cleaner to be activated. Good to know. Okay. Creative. I like it. Now, I'm not sure if I like this or not, but so far the art for the level designs is clean and honestly lovely, but it's starting to feel kind of samey. And I think it could benefit even from just some slightly different atmospheric effects. And as I say that, I'm noticing this one has dripping water particle effects rather than just the dust. But almost like a slightly different color palette would make a big difference. So far, we're still dealing with the same browns, the same color spikes. And I get that it's a relatively short game, so it probably isn't going to make too much of a difference. But it does start to feel a little samey. And if you're maybe someone who's not proficient with video games, you might get stuck here for an hour on a certain floor and just getting through it with sheer persistence. It'd be nice to be rewarded with some slightly different visuals in the next level. Know what I mean? Okay, so you can't use the suck function, it has to be the blow function. Yeah, like that. Okay, we go through that way. Don't touch the ground. Perfect. In fact, the other thing that I would almost like are some hidden collectible notes that give a little bit more of lore of this world. Because so far we've seen some kind of mysterious stuff, but nothing has been explained. Now, I don't know if it's going to get explained. It probably will be somewhat explained later. At least I hope it will. But for now, we're kind of just playing levels for the sake of playing levels. Maybe some notes from another cleaner that got trapped down here and didn't manage to escape, talking about their experience and the strange things they've seen lurking in the shadows in the corner of the rooms. Something like that I feel wouldn't be too hard to implement, and just have them as little collectibles. You've already got plenty of them around. So having something a little bit extra that just gives a little bit of world building to it. Doesn't have to be a lot, just a little. And again, that's my personal preference, my tastes. Sander is probably on the right page. Yeah, it doesn't strike me as a very lore-y game, which I think suits it fine. I think it would be nice to have just a smattering, just a little sprinkle, so that if there is a sequel in the future, or even a prequel to this game that establishes a bit more of it with, in the same way that you had like the OG Celeste and then Celeste as we know it, it gives you a little bit more of a world to build upon. That's my only line of thinking. Completely fine to be vetoed on that, because this is only ever intended to be a small game by all accounts. And if it is outside of the scope of the game, it's outside the scope of the game. I'm not going to sit here and demand something that would set unrealistic expectations on the devs. I'm missing a trick with a mechanic here. By doing that, I definitely am. Okay, so I can touch there. This... I think... I can't get over that. Not with this granny anyway, so I have to go through. Which means I need to do that. Yeah, there we go. And then just not die on the way back. Alright, you didn't need to have springs there, but I'm glad you do. That's cute. I like it. Ooh, which way are we going here? Looks like we have a little bit of puzzle solving. Yeah, okay, so we've got... No, we can open that from here. Okay. So what's... Hey, no. We're going this way. You know what? On second thoughts, we'll go in this... No, let's have a look. I don't think it needs Bioshock audio logs either. I was thinking just like a short little note with something scribbled on it. I think that's all it needs. 1 or 2 sentences, or even just a picture. Some kind of cryptic picture would be enough. This one feels rough. I agree. It's reliant on a quick turn there and then back again. I don't think I'm going to get this one. Oof. I'm kind of getting the hang of that bit. I say failing the first jump like 3 times. Ooh. That's tricky. Have to repeat it on the other side. You should be able to get 3 taps from a full battery, no? Might be that I need to... Oh, okay, it's something like that. The problem is, once you get moving, you can't stop moving. And I think you actually need to go up first? Yeah. I think you do. And then you can fall down. Really? I nixed that? Right on the edge. Oh, we were close. We were definitely on the right track with that. That top one is probably the easiest to get. Maybe we do on the right and then come back to the left? Nearly. This is definitely about the little taps. Oh, wrong way. What am I doing? Come on. This way. That way. Oh no! There's no battery there! Ah, what am I supposed to do? Ah. Too high. Oh, it was so close though. It was clean right up until it wasn't. Oh, Zed Smith, it's 2 AM, mate. That's rough. Don't stay up too late. Be kind to yourself. Okay, I kind of need to stall there a little bit to give time for the battery to come back. So I think... Let's try this. If I do that... Oh, yeah, that feels like the way. That feels like the way. I don't know why I'm so determined about this one now. Okay, we get that. Nearly. Ah! This is very tricky on controller, and I want you all to appreciate that. My thumbs are working overtime here. Oh, nowhere near close enough. Okay. Can I blow the bottom fan through the wall? I don't think so. It's too far away. I'll try like on this one. Looks like a no. Nah, they've accounted for that. Which is unfortunate for me. Okay. Nope. Too soon. 1, 2, 3. Trying to get into that bottom bit down there to get that last one. That's hard. Okay, I think I'm doing that out of the wrong order. That doesn't feel right. That feels worse, but if I can bounce myself across, then I can keep the movement going. Ooh. Is this it? The Graeldon Gamer Rage? I don't think so. Also wonder if you can return to the right to bank the fan activations. I don't think so. Yeah. Come on. I need the battery. No! Oh! Okay, it's definitely doable. That was so freaking close. No. It's those little controlled hops, but using a little bit of sideways movement. Okay, that one I just gotta make sure I'm aiming in a downward direction, not upward. Oh, fudge. Okay, come on. No. Need more sideways momentum there. I'm flicking the right thumbstick too fast. Okay, something's going weird. No. Okay, we're good. Come on, battery. Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. This is fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh. Okay. Come on. Yes! Holy sugar! We did it! Oh my gosh! That was not designed to be done with this. But it's possible. The power of persistence. Just strong with this one. Alright, where am I going? Back this way. We hit another switch. Cool, 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 cool. Okay. We're out of here. That one's done. Oh, decorate the vacuum. Yeah, hell yeah. Let's do it. What do we got? We can view the vacuum. This is what we currently have. One sticker full of a mysterious goopy white liquid. Let's not think about that too hard. And instead, we're gonna dust them. That's gonna go. Oh, you can put it pretty much. That's gonna go on the top here. Oh, okay. And then you can move that around. You can't rotate it though. That makes me sad. There's a third place medal. Oh no. I think that gets a place of pride, I reckon. I can't put it right down the bottom. I can, kind of. I wanted to have it like just down here, but on the right. Where do I put it? Do I put there? Yeah, we go down here. Come on, so, you know what? Yeah, there we go. Perfection. This guy goes right up here over the pause icon, because that way I feel like I'm being judged every time I pause the game. And can I just say, like, this is a fantastic little mechanic just to include. It didn't need to be here, but I'm so glad that it is. Frog goes here. Is this a big mode thing? I feel like it's a big mode thing. Right there. Yeah, lovely. Lovely stuff. The banknote to remind us of... Hang on, where'd the one on top go? Didn't I put one there? Okay, well, we've now got another one there. Wonderful. Yeah. Where did it go? Huh. We lost a sticker. Also, you can flip it upside down. That's cool. Battery down the bottom to remind us, you know, remember to charge your vacuum cleaner. Needs them batteries. And then this one can just go on the side here. We'll start decorating the side of the tanks because this needs a little bit more. A TV. Why do we have a TV? Sure, TV can go up here as well. Excellent. Job done. We've now customized it. It's looking great. Look at that vacuum cleaner. That sticker is definitely on the vacuum cleaner. That TV. Yeah. Don't see any problems there whatsoever. Alright, let's keep going. I'm trying to think about like what else I want to say in terms of feedback for the devs. And honestly, the fact that I'm not coming up with much is a good sign, right? Because it means that it just... in the words of Todd Howard himself, the man, the myth, the legend, it just works. And there's not many games that can claim that. You know what I mean? Ooh, not quite. I didn't have the boost that I thought I had. There we go. Easy, just cruise on in. That. Okay. Why? I don't... Oh, okay. We have to backtrack. I see. I see. Oh, bugger. Okay. Let's pretend we're doing Wheel of Misfortune and voted no each time. Absolutely right. There's no wheels in this one. This is just one of those games where you went, this is fantastic, actually. Yes, please, I'll see more of this. And no, we're not going to spin wheels. There will be no... There's no democracy in this. That's not what you come here for. You definitely don't come here for high-quality gameplay. This is an established fact. There we go. Hang on a sec. Yeah, you tried to hide that from me. And you know what? 9 out of 10 cases, that would have worked. Unfortunately, you were in the 10% where it didn't today. Okay, we go that way. Oh, battery. Saved it. Yeah! And we fly, not that high. Like Icarus, too close to the sun. Come on. Did I get them all? I did. Good. Ooh, okay. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Nothing to see here. Okay, cool. Checkpoint, I'll take that. Definitely not holding my breath as I go through there. Ah! You heard the boing from hitting the spring and everything, it just didn't count. Shoot, there we go, we're good. Had a recovery. Grandma needs more than that to recover. Ah! Yeah, that's not gonna do it. Come on, Granny. Let's go! It's very close. Where are we going here? Pillars of Spring Sanity is probably about right for this. Oh, there is definitely a way to just avoid everything here, isn't there? Just fly to the ceiling. Let's take a look, shall we? Yeah, you could definitely make a shortcut up there. Like that. Question is, can we do it again? Ooh, a bit tight there. This is where the real speedrunners have fun. I am not a real speedrunner, so no fun allowed. Not today. That works. Unfortunately, to get through the last bit... Oh, you put a sticker up there. You're encouraging this. You love to see it. Hey, okay. And then we got to get right up there. Oh, nearly. That is how we're beating this level. 100%. Just need to angle slightly more to the side there and we'll be fine. Alright, come on. That way. Boom. That way. Oh, too high. Dang. Up. Okay. Nice. Got the sticker and cleared the level. Whew. I think that might be best time for that particular level. Can't see anyone possibly beating that any faster. Okay, need to get to that next battery. Which means I need to use the dash there. Okay. And then we hop down here. I spy a little secret up there. Nice. Another sticker found. Now, here's the real question. Is this like Celeste, and there's actually been one sticker in every level this whole time, and I have just been missing all of them? Or is this a bit different? Okay. We can go that way around. That feels like it makes more sense. Slower, but easier. Oh no, I missed one! Just the last little puff there didn't quite make it. That is cool. Great way to showcase the movement tech and incorporate it into the level design. So if someone hadn't figured out that momentum up until now, they now know it. And that is what I love to see, because that is a natural inbuilt tutorial. Super satisfying. Alright, let's play for a little longer and then we'll probably wrap it up and share some final thoughts. Okay, we're not going that way first. That's a silly place. Yeah, sure, Grail. Let's just dash straight into the spikes. That helps us. Okay, let's try a different tactic here. Oops, I did it again. Grail, learn? That's impossible. That's a lot of momentum in a direction that I wasn't expecting. Okay. I think? Yeah, there we go. Nailed it. First try. Well, this is a problem. Oh, which we solved. Good, good. Jolly good, he says. Jolly good. The opportunities here for speedrunning are nuts. Yeah, I should have seen that coming. We're meant to be doing this. Oh, there's no battery there, though. Okay, it's down there. Too soon. And then I can dash for that last bit. Ooh. It's trickier than it looks. Yep. I go there. Dash for that. Oh, I ran out of juice. There we go. Salvaged it. I think what I have to say is that the devs wanted, probably first and foremost, to create an incredibly satisfying movement system and base the game around that as the main mechanic. And you know what? Give yourselves a pat on the back because you have absolutely nailed it. This is a movement system that I haven't experienced anywhere else before, and I'm glad that I'm getting to experience it here because it is very clever, very evil, but very clever. I can imagine there was a lot of playtesting that went into building the levels and trying to break them in different ways. Come on. No, we have to go that way. Okay. Because there's so many opportunities with what you could do from a platforming standpoint, different ways to approach some of these puzzles. So I imagine there were a lot of iterations that you had to go through to go, well, what feels the best from a player perspective? And then also, what are some weird tricks that we maybe weren't expecting our players to do? And which of those do we want them to keep doing? And which of them do we go, sorry, yeah, no, that's a little broken. This one's a bit tricky. Come on. Yep, that was wrong. Oh, did you say there, Zedsmith, you found one soft lock in the beta? Raven and the rest of us were too busy figuring out how to make it work in 3D. They were cooking. For you personally, this movement system looks really fun, but I'm not really a fan of the navigator room made of insta-kill spikes. Yeah, I think it's missing a little bit of the creativity and the mechanics of something. Again, that obvious comparison is Celeste. And I apologize because you probably heard it a lot, but you compare yourselves to Celeste, so it kind of makes sense in a way, right? I think there's a little bit more nuance to the level design in that game. Whether that be just from the way the levels are arranged or the pacing of them in some cases. Come on, nearly there. Little hop through there. There we go. Nailed that bit, finally. Checkpoints. I think part of what helps with that and the differences come from the fact that in Celeste you have the wall grab, which always kind of helps as a last minute clutch, grab onto something and save yourself, and how that interplays with the general mechanics. But also, what would I be thinking? This is very much therefore leaning into two different movement styles and focuses a lot more on airtime. Therefore, to make the airtime challenging, you need to incorporate more hazards. Celeste, I think, by contrast, has more safe walls and things to be able to jump onto, but there's a lot more pitfalls that you could drop into. Because you have so much more air movement and mobility in this game, you have to treat it differently. You're much less likely to fall into a bottomless pit in UnDuster than you are in Celeste. And I think that's why you've had to create these levels in a way where you're basically navigating spike mazes. I'm left wondering what the alternative to that would be, because that's a bit of a challenging restriction to work around. And it's weird that I'm calling it a restriction, right? Because you might be thinking, well, actually, that's freedom of movement, but actually, it's restrictive in terms of how you make that enjoyable and interesting level design. You either go down this route of a precision platformer where you're navigating tight corridors, there's a lot of precision, trial and error, or you actually go completely the other way and you make more expansive levels that are designed to be explored and take advantage of the freedom of movement. Sander, you love performers with expressive movement, but you don't really enjoy unforgiving insta-kill platforming, which is sad because there's a lot of overlap between the two. Yeah. There's definitely some good games out there. There's one that Iron Pineapple featured recently that was a 3D Souls-like, because of course it is for Iron Pineapple, but it had really creative movement mechanics, but in a world that was constructed more similar to a Legend of Zelda dungeon rather than anything else. So there's definitely ways to do it, but it's challenging. Raven Ann, it's like the Peak where it becomes all about bouncing on clouds surrounded by spikes. It gets really rough, the B-side especially. Oliver, we noticed early on that a lot of the rooms were just spike tunnels, so later in development we tried to avoid those. Is Graeldon an Iron Pineapple fan? Yeah, absolutely I am. I've got them listed in the description of a lot of videos and in my bio saying that I've referenced them as inspiration. Yeah, Iron Pineapple is fan-freaking-tastic. I love their work. But yeah, spike tunnels is a tricky thing to avoid, I think, when you've locked yourself into a movement system like this. How could you work around that? You could potentially have some levels that take abilities back away from you. For example, have a series of levels where you only have the blow function, or some levels where you only have the suck function. Or you need to change their behavior. So Celeste does this in a little way with later levels that give you 2 dashes instead of just 1, or incorporating hazards that play into the movement mechanics in a different way, with blocks that you dash into from one side and it maintains momentum and spits you out on the other side. You maybe need something similar in this, where it goes, alright, well, you now have the blowing mechanic, but the blowing mechanic spits fire and you need to use it to light a series of candles as you move around the space, but you now have infinite blowing power, but the candles are on a timer. So you're still forced to move in a precise way to be able to achieve the challenge, but you're using a previously learned ability in a different way. I think there's something there. I think there's something you could do with shaking up some of the mechanics. I want to see a little bit more, because maybe you do expand on it in some of the later stages, and this is just really laying the groundwork and the foundations. The fans were definitely a step in the right direction in terms of keeping the game design fresh. I've liked this as an additional challenge. Zed Smith, frankly, I'm really glad they limited the scope of what the game does. It's unlikely the game would have come out otherwise. That's a very good point. Have to keep in mind that this is essentially a more involved and more advanced student project that's turned into a fully fledged game. So to a certain extent, keeping the scope small and concise, I think, makes sense. I think the danger in that is that you've created a game that is challenging enough that a player will still potentially spend a few hours in it, experiencing a very small set of mechanics. That said, your mechanics are tight enough and enjoyable enough that I think they'll see the player through that duration. Oliver, I think a big part is what you mentioned earlier about the aesthetic being similar between levels. Bottomless pits are just spikes off screen, but feel like variety. That's true. And maybe it's that variety that's needed, because I feel like, I am going through at a very slow pace because I'm talking through things and stopping to chat as we go. It's the nature of a stream. But I feel like, although you're introducing some new mechanics, I'm still doing the same thing. The music is helping to shake things up and change my mindset about where I'm at and what I'm doing, but the overall aesthetic isn't quite leading me down that same path. Naive Melody, as someone who is highly critical of everything everywhere, I have to say that I'm not noticing any major flaws here. And that I do have to agree with. simply because at the end of the day, the biggest selling points of this game are the aesthetic, the games that it's similar to, and the mechanics. And you are nailing all three of those points. This is an aesthetic that someone would look at and go, oh, I played Celeste, I liked Celeste, this looks similar. So already I kind of understand what this game is probably about from a design perspective. You then shake things up with new mechanics, which is enough for anyone who maybe only played it because it's a Celeste-like, and they'll go, oh, it's doing the dash, and then they go, oh, now it's doing something else, and this is interesting and kind of fun. Is the game over? No, I've just gotten very distracted. We'll get back to it in a second, I promise. I want to finish this level at least. Exactly that, Oliver. Everything is secretly the same hazards, pretending to be unique, but we get so convinced by what we see. Yes. There's a billion different moving platforms in Celeste, but they're all technically the same thing. They act differently, and they are the thing that moves you. Yeah. It's disguising different elements in different ways. And actually, that's a good point, because something as simple as having the spikes look different, although they are the same, would be enough. Come on, don't fail now. Yep, good. Dash across. Okay, cool. Use the platform as a safe space. Oh, that's evil, and I like it. I did get it. We're good. Oh, we ran out of juice. Okay. Hop, hop, hop. Jump straight onto the spikes. She needed just a little bit of acupuncture therapy. It's fine. Okay, we've only got like one dash left. Okay. Ooh, we're going to do a little hop like that. Oh, I can't do little hops there. I have to do one big blast. Okay. Got that. No! Damn it! Left thumbstick was just pointing in the wrong direction there. Up, up. Okay. And in fact, I think what this does better than Celeste is the movement physics with the momentum. There's not a lot of opportunities in Celeste that really lean into just that sense of momentum. There's a few spots with like some moving platforms that will launch you around, but they're very few and far between realistically, right? And this, I think, would benefit maybe from leaning slightly more into the momentum physics. But not too much, because you want to keep the levels small and snappy in order to keep the player engaged and to make it more accessible, I think is the right word, or approachable from a game design perspective. Bigger levels, more complexity, more time required to play test and make sure that everything works as intended. When you're focusing on small, self-contained levels like this, you can be more precise about what it is you're trying to achieve. Celeste has very nice momentum, but you won't notice till late game. Makes it replayable, but not as obvious. Here it's like, oh my, let's go. There we go. Like, that's how that section was meant to be done and what I was trying to do for the last few times. Come on. No, come on! Fine, sure, whatever. I'm not even mad. Sure. Thankfully, I do very much subscribe to the don't get mad, get even mindset. And I think that is working in my favor here. There we go. And now I love that as a moment, because until right then, if you had never seen one of those invisible walls before that you can go through, you've now seen it and you can go, oh, I need to be looking out for those in the future. Okay. Whoa, there was more there. Right, because I did see some sparks and things in the middle before. Oh, there's more there. Hold up. No, wait, we've been through there. We've backtracked. Okay, we're good. We're good. Level complete. But yeah, those are fantastic teaching moments. That was excellent. All right, I think we're going to wrap things up there. Although what I will do is I'm just going to duck my head into the next area. Because, and I know there's only 2 floors left, but I would rather not spoil the entire game on stream. Let's leave something for other people to go and check. But let's have a look at what is on the next floor in terms of a mechanic. Yes! When I was saying at the start of the game I wanted more dust, this is what I wanted. More dust. Look at all this dust. I mean, it's salt, but it still counts. Okay. Right. This mechanic kind of needed to be earlier. And this music needed to be earlier. Because I'm sorry, this is a bop. And like the previous music was calm, it was soothing. This? Hell yes, more of this please and thank you. Oh, I'm so glad I went just a little bit further. This one I would download and put on a playlist. And I wouldn't be surprised to see people doing speedruns later with just this song playing and nothing else. Because look at this. This is awesome. Oh, there's so much potential here as well, because that's going to bring that way. Yeah. Look at that movement tech. That's really freaking cool. And that refills your charge as well, so you can... Ooh, I glitched onto the wrong side of that. That's not how that's meant to work. Alright. I'm leaving it there. But what I will say is that is a mechanic that if it had been earlier in the game, would have absolutely drawn me into it and suckered me in. So that's a little bit of a tricky thing to kind of provide as feedback, and I know that's not something that's actionable, but maybe a lesson to take for planning games in the future is that you want to showcase your most satisfying elements early in the game. Yeah, just when it got better we have to stop. I'm sorry, but again, I think I'd rather people experience and play through that on their own. But that mechanic, if it had been earlier in like World 2 or 3 instead, that would have been a mechanic that made me go, hell to the yes, I'm here, I'm sold, I'm in, I want more of this. The fan switch mechanic, also pretty cool, not as cool as that. Because that combines the different elements of the vacuum. You're using the blow to move around, the suck to move the platforms. You're using it to chain together movements. You've got better, like more upbeat and energetic music to go along with it. And it leans into that sense of momentum so heavily. That is tricky, because what I would say is a lesson for the future is create your mechanics, create your levels, play test them, get feedback, but rank them in terms of like the different mechanics and levels in terms of what was most interesting, what was the most difficult. And you want to be thinking about it in terms of, well, you won't want to have things that are too difficult or hard to master too early on, but you also want the fun and satisfying things towards the front of the game as well. Yes, they need to be spaced out, but if you lean in too easy for too long, the player gets bored, because there are a lot of players who come into a Celeste-like game wanting that level of challenge and to see something interesting. Alright, but yes, a couple of things that I should call out about the game while we're wrapping this up here. Let's just quit on out. Oh, still love those animations. If we take a quick peek at the store page, We do indeed have a free demo, so if you're interested, you can jump in and try it out just for fun. And the game costs $7.50 Australian. So it is extremely affordable. Oh, what was that? Credits are fun to check out. Okay, let's go check out the credits real quick. We'll jump back in. Just because you asked, Oliver, we'll take a look. I think the other thing that may add some longevity to your game... Actually, no, don't. Leave it as is. Short and sweet is sometimes enough. Leave the additional features for a sequel in the future. Let's go to the credits. I love it. Oliver. Lance Helmer. Is the real faces? Oh, you scanned them in. Carson Lakefish. Gabriel Medina, level designer, particles and visual effects. Great work, Gabriel. Let's give them a round of applause, chat. Well done, well done. Atlas Stewart, composer, sound designer. Excellent stuff. Additional credits, Madeleine Beebe, voice of Gertrude Goes. Ah! Oh! No! Ah! And then a handful of playtests as well. I love that one is just called Midas and they're on a gold plaque. Everything they touch turns to gold. Great work, everyone that was involved. Fantastic little game. I will be going back and finishing this off stream. I just don't want to spoil it during the stream itself. But yes, to anyone that is watching this either now or in the future, free demo available and very affordably priced if you want to check out the full game, support some indie devs. Always a good thing to do. Thank you very much to the devs for supplying a copy of the game. Really appreciate you giving me an opportunity not just to check it out, but to share my honest thoughts and critique as I play through it. And I think my final thoughts to wrap everything up is that there are some minor things that could be touched up. Please add in a V-Sync option just to prevent a little bit of the screen tearing that you might see on some machines like mine. But otherwise, I would say that as a team, you should all be just incredibly proud of what you've created. And I think you have very clearly outlined what you wanted to create, and you have stuck within that for a brief. What I would say is that I definitely shared some thoughts throughout the stream. I would not attempt to implement any of them into this game, but would potentially take them as feedback for something to create in the future, because I want you to keep creating games, because if this is what you can do as something that came out of a game jam, something which I assume is one of, if not the first games that you've produced as a team, you've made something freaking awesome. It's small, concise, sweet, sets out to achieve something and does exactly that, and that is not something that many devs, many teams, many games can claim. So well freaking done. You have every right to be proud of what you've created, and thank you again for giving me an opportunity to check it out and have some fun with it. I hope I haven't been too harsh. So on that, I think we will start wrapping up the stream. Let me just bring it over to here. Opportunity and a reminder for anyone that's not currently in my community Discord, take a moment to check it out. We've got a whole bunch of game devs, experienced and new, that have a platform to be able to share some ideas and critique projects and things like that. So definitely pop over the Discord, especially if you are a game dev watching this stream. Hit me up, DM me. I want to check out your game. If you know other people who are game devs and have made something that they would like some feedback on, get them in touch, send me a DM. I want to be here and support the little indie games in these communities. That's what we want to do. Let me just quickly catch up on the chat before we wrap up. Ravenhead, why isn't this game viral? Someone get everyone on this, goodness me. That's why I wanted to do this. That's why I love being able to talk about these games, because yes, this game deserves some time in the spotlight, 100%. Densky was right, Oliver just bought and downloaded it on the deck, and so far it works perfectly with controller support. Yeah, I reckon it should work just fine with Steam Deck support. If it plays on a handheld controller, if it plays on a gamepad, it should work on the Steam Deck. Assuming there aren't any visual issues using it on that particular screen. Oliver, thank you. Really appreciate the experience. All feedback was great. I'm glad that I could just showcase the game a little bit. Whether the feedback was helpful or not, that's up to you and the team to decide. I had a blast playing through it, and that's what matters most. And always keep in mind that when it comes to my critique, I am not a game dev. I'm just someone who's passionate about games and knows what they like. So take my advice with a very big pinch of salt. Maybe not as much salt was in the last level that we were featuring, but a little bit of salt, just a little bit. Phoebe, someone should post this in the Celeste subreddit, if that even exists. There is definitely a Celeste subreddit, and if it hasn't been posted there, yeah, why hasn't it? Someone should. And take a look on YouTube, see if there is a good review video that you can share. I am not saying share this stream. Share a good review video that's more concise than what this stream is. I am going to leave a review on UnDuster after I've beaten the game. So not just yet, but expect to see my review on there in the future because I want to give some feedback, and I know that reviews help lift it and elevate a little bit more as well. Raven, you're invested in it now and you have nothing to do with it. We should be invested in it. This is a fantastic little game. So to anyone that's watching this as the VOD later, go check the game out, even if all you do is play the demo, because that's going to boost the visibility of this game as well. Give it a try. It's free. Why not? On that note, let's wrap things up for tonight. Thank you very much, everyone, for checking it out, and hello and goodbye to the VOD watchers that are checking this out later. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, no matter what time it is, and I will see you all actually this coming weekend. We've got a fun little video coming out that does a little bit of a recap on games that we played last year, and I'll be doing Wheel of Misfortune stream on Sunday. So until then, take care.
Happy Christmas to